What's going on, guys? I have another absolute banger of a case study for you. I'm going to walk you through how within just 30 days, we used Facebook ads to grow an e-commerce brand, specifically a camera bag company, their sales by over 50% to reach their first six-figure month. I'm going to walk you through the exact campaign setup, the ad set setup, how we're optimizing the account as we scale, and which creatives we actually used to help take this brand within the first 30 days of them ever running ads, increasing sales by over 50%, hitting their first six-figure month, and generating over $50,000 directly through Facebook. So this is going to be an absolute value-packed case study. But before we dive in, as always, all the links are in the description. We have a ton of other free trainings I would love for you to check out. We're specialists in paid advertising, email and SMS marketing, conversion rate optimization, and user-generated content. And understand that we're e-commerce growth partners. So even though today we're just going to be discussing Facebook ads, we have the ability to take your brand to the next level regardless. Or if you're interested in perhaps coaching, we also offer the Inner Circle, which is weekly coaching with myself and access to all of our agency SOPs. You can find that in the description. And before we dive in, guys, as always, I would really appreciate it if you can go ahead and drop a like. It really does help with the algorithm to make sure that these videos get pushed to the right people. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the Shopify store first so I can show you the results. Okay, guys, so we're in the Shopify account for this brand. I'm going to go ahead and just give this a quick little refresh. You can see in the last 7 days, they've done over $30,000 in revenue, 11% increase. If I look at the last 30 days, which is when we've been working with them, they've reached over $113,000 in revenue, which is a 55% increase in just 30 days of getting Facebook ads up and running for their brand. And what's actually very interesting to see is that we haven't yet to do any conversion optimization on their store, and they've actually had a 20% jump in conversion rate. And my ideology and my theory behind that, I should say, is the fact that, we've been doing obviously a little bit of retargeting ads. I'm going to show you the campaign structures in just a moment, but I think, a lot of these people probably are new to the brand and they're probably are just on the fence of purchasing. Using our ads allowed to get a lot of these people that were on the fence to convert, and that's actually, my theory as to why we had an increase in conversion rate. But as we work with this brand over the next couple months, we're going to be doing a lot of conversion optimization. We've yet to even take over their email marketing, so that's going to be an entire case study on its own. But as you can see, guys, right, we're absolutely killing it for this brand. Right now they're kind of averaging around $3,000 to $5,000 a day in sales, and we're just getting ramped up for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So this is going to be crazy. So let's go ahead and dive into the Facebook ad account, guys. Okay, guys, so we are now inside of the Facebook ad account. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick little refresh. You can see in the last 30 days, right, we only spent $6,100 with an 8x return on ad spend, generating the brand over $50,000 in revenue, which is crazy. $23 cost per acquisition. And if I go ahead and actually pull up the average order value, you can see we spent $6,100. I'm going to go ahead and give this a refresh with an 8x return on ad spend, over $50,000 generated for the client, $23 cost per acquisition on $196 AOV. This is crazy. You might remember, if you've watched one of my previous videos, I actually made a video on how to structure your Facebook ad account at $100 a day. As you can see, in just 30 days, if I go back all the way to October 1st, spending $0 on this account, guys. So what I want you to understand here is, if you structure your ad accounts properly and you have a great foundation in terms of great content and a great brand, you can literally go 0 to 100, right? So we spent, literally, let me find the first day of us running ads. I don't even believe we started running ads until the middle of October, right? You can see October 17th, $187 a day. And, if I look at just October as a whole, right, we started to scale all the way up to $369. As of yesterday, I think we're just under $400 a day at the moment. Let me look at yesterday. Yeah, $387 in ad spend yesterday with a 5.68x return on ad spend, guys. $29 cost per acquisition with $169 AOV. This is huge. Remember, this is a camera bag. I want you to quickly note the click-through rates on all of our ads as well, right? Bare minimum, guys, you ought to be looking through a 1% click-through rate. Keep in mind what this means is this is the percentage of people that are actually visually seeing your ad and clicking on it, going to the website. So right now, 2 out of every 100 people are actually clicking and going to the website. Bare minimum, we want this to be around 1%. And then quickly, guys, I'm going to walk you through, as you can see, actually, let me sort this by amount spent over the last 30 days. You can see, if I sort this by amount spent, the number one campaign is our prospecting ABO, which is one of our main testers as always. And then we're using a prospecting ABO, but we're utilizing a dynamic creative test inside of there, and we usually segment those just to make sure, again, things don't get cluttered. And then we have 2 remarketing campaigns. We have a re-engagement campaign. We segment our Instagram and social media audiences here. And we're usually just targeting the last 365 days, keeping this as broad as possible, making sure that we're not fatiguing these audiences. You'll notice the frequency on just their social media audiences, guys, is 1.5x, and we've reached 35,000 people, meaning these audiences have a lot of juice that we can be squeezing out of them. And we're spending only around $40 a day there. And then on the remarketing audience is going to be our website visitors, and that's who we're retargeting there, right? So website audiences as a whole in a DCT. Then we have view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, website visitors in the last 30 days. You can see the frequency is going to be a little bit higher here, but that's fine, right? These are people that are on the website, so that we want to make sure they're a little bit higher intent. We don't want to keep those audiences too broad. So that's something I would really keep in mind there, is, you know, usually test those 30-day audiences. And then finally, we're running a dynamic product ad, completely broad. This is a brand, again, it's a camera bag company, but they do have a lot of different products and SKUs. So when you have that ability and the brand has a ton of beautiful product shots, it's worth utilizing just the dynamic product ad broad, top of funnel. You can see the click-through rate is insane here. We've only spent $240 over the last 30 days, but $21 cost per acquisition on a $190 AOV, guys. We are literally printing money. I'm not going to show you the exact creatives, as obviously that would give away the brand here, but you can get an idea, like I mentioned, with click-through rates as high as this. If I look over the last 30 days here, guys, we're averaging 5% click-through rate. All right, this is really unheard of. People are aiming for 1%, and it just shows the power of having strong creatives and creatives that resonate with your audience. That's one of the biggest key takeaways that I would say here, guys, because as opposed to us having a 1% click-through rate, you can see our cost per unique click is $1.40. If it was 1%, it would likely be around $3, $4, which would trickle down into our cost per acquisition. So leading with creative is one of the most important things, guys. I cannot stress that enough. But when you go ahead and structure your account like this, I mean, it's not, you know, complex, guys. Aside from the scaling parts and, you know, obviously understanding what sort of creatives to use, if you're utilizing this sort of creative campaign structure in your accounts, I mean, you're going to be winning pretty much every single day. And as you can see, right, 8x return, $50,000 generated over the last 30 days, and over $111,000 attributed to the store's sales in the last 30 days, 55% increase since we started running ads. So, you know, there may be a little bit of over attribution there, right? Say what you want, but at the end of the day, you can see the massive impact that we've made in just 30 days. So as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed that case study. I mean, that was an absolute banger as far as my opinion goes. You know, again, at the end of the day, if you have a strong foundation, a strong brand, and strong creatives, and you're utilizing that campaign structure as far as your ad accounts, I mean, there's really not much else to say. We don't need to make a video about, oh, you know, create these ad sets, you know, $3 ad sets, et cetera, et cetera. Facebook ads don't work like that. It's, you know, a lot more simple and complex at the same time, but you guys get the point. I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. Please leave a like, comment what you would like to see in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.